Hello and welcome. This is the weekly Balkan news. We start with Croatia. Croatian war veterans end Vukovar protests. Tomislav Josic, who has led the protests in Vukovar since Monday, announced that daily prayers in churches would now place street rallies in the city, but vowed to hold a big rally in the capital soon. On Friday morning, about 100 protesters walked from the village of Sotin, from which 33 people are still missing since the war, to the Trebinska road in Vukovar, where a fierce battle to defend the city from Serbian tanks was fought in 1991. During the walk, Josic said that this campaign group, the headquarters for the defense of Croatian Vukovar, would continue to oppose the installation of bilingual Croatian and Serb Cyrillic signs on state buildings in the city. And we switch to Bulgaria. Bulgaria ranked most competitive Balkan economy. The 2013 and 14 Global Competitiveness Index of the World Economic Forum again listed Bulgaria as the most competitive Balkan economy. Bulgaria ranked 57th among the 148 continue listed in the index, holding on to its position in the report from the previous year. According to the report, the most problematic factor in doing business in the Balkans remains corruption, poor access to financing, the cumbersome bureaucracy and tax regulations. In Serbia and Bosnia, government instability is also highlighted as a negative factor. All Balkan countries, including Bulgaria, are considered stage 2, efficiency-driven economies, while the countries that top the index are innovation-driven economies. The new report puts Switzerland at the top of the ranking for the 5th year running. Bulgaria mulls closing border to stop Syrian refugees. Bulgaria does not rule out to closing its border with Turkey in case of an emergency refugee situation, the Bulgarian Defense Minister, Anigel Найденов, has said last week. Найденов noted that the potential suffering of refugees would be taken into consideration before such an extreme measure was introduced. He told the media that Bulgaria's capacity to receive Syrian refugees had not been reached yet, with a total of 1,400 Syrian refugees currently in the country. The minister meanwhile reiterated that the country is seeking to allocate more facilities to house refugees. Former military barracks are currently being inspected to see if they can be converted into temporary accommodation facilities, he noted. Bulgarian ex-president warns government over Syria. Bulgaria should not get involved in the conflict between rebels and government forces in Syria, former President Georgi Parvanov advised the Bulgarian administration. Speaking amid heated US rhetoric about possible military intervention after the use of chemical weapons in the Syrian civil war, Parvanov said that involvement in the conflict was not in Bulgaria's national interests. I stand behind the non-participation of Bulgaria, especially given the unclear evidence and analysis of the UN investigative mission regarding what happened in Damascus, said the former president on Sunday. I definitely think that there must be a prior UN decision before anyone acts out. I am convinced that our position must be part of the common EU and NATO positions, which at present do not exist, he said. And we go to Kosovo. Kosovo-Macedonia trade war escalates. The trade dispute between Pristina and Skopje escalated as Kosovo imposed a total embargo on imports of Macedonian products in retaliation for its restrictions on some of its exports. Pristina imposed its embargo on Monday after initially introducing a ban on Macedonian food imports last week as a response to Skopje's imposition of protectionist measures affecting wheat and flour exported from Kosovo. The total embargo was announced after Skopje on Sunday started to charge Kosovo citizens for entering Macedonia. €2 per person, 5 per car and 20 per bus or truck. Some local media in Macedonia have reported, however, that Skopje is now contemplating introducing visas for Kosovo citizens, a move which could intensify the row. Economists have suggested that the Kosovo embargo could cost Macedonia $1 million a day. Neighboring Kosovo is one of Macedonia's main trading partners and one of the few countries to which Macedonia exports considerably more than it imports. The embargo is expected to hit Macedonian agriculture hardest. The source of the trade dispute was a decision on July the 1st by the Macedonian authorities, who ruled that for every kilo of imported wheat, companies would have also to buy 3 kilos of local wheat, while for every kilo of imported flour, they would also have to buy 4 kilos of local flour. And we now in Serbia and Kosovo get to an agreement. The Serbian and Kosovo prime ministers reached the agreements on telecommunications and electricity at the latest round of EU-mediated talks in Brussels. Serbian Prime Minister Ivica Dačić and his counterpart Hashim Thaci agreed at the meeting on Sunday that Kosovo will be able to apply for its own international dialing code. However, cautioned Dačić, this might not happen for several years. The two premiers also agreed that Serbian mobile phone operators can continue to work in Kosovo. Phone calls between Kosovo and Central Serbia will continue to be charged as local calls, not international. The two prime ministers also spoke about the upcoming Kosovo local elections and agreed that there should be Serb observers at the polls. The local elections are scheduled for November the 4th, and Belgrade has urged Serbs in Kosovo North to participate. And we're now in Bosnia and Herzegovina. Turkey interested in cooperation in the field of medical tourism. Doctors and representatives of 10 clinics from Turkey, among them representatives from the largest clinics such as Liv Hospital in Istanbul, Memorial, Acıbadem, Birinci Göz, Dünya Göz, Estetika Güven Hospital, visited the clinical center of the University of Sarajevo on Monday. The aim of this visit was the exchange experiences, knowledge, and to consult in connection with the improvement of medical services in the two countries, the clinic has announced. Ayşe Turan, from the Ministry of Health of Turkey, said that Turkish experts are interested in cooperation with experts from Bosnia and Herzegovina on the entire health plan, especially in the field of medical tourism, which has become one of the leading sectors for the economy progress in the past 20 years. Turkish doctors are staying in Sarajevo for the conference on healthcare, Balkan Health Forum 2013. And we take a look at Greece. Protests shut down downtown Athens. On Tuesday, about 600 LARCO employees marched through Athens in protest of the government's plans for the country's defense industries and were protesting outside the state treasury on Panepistimiou Street. Nearby, at the Propialea of the University of Athens, about 600 administrative staff employees from various institutions held their own rally against the government plans of dismissals and suspensions. And that was it for this time. We'll be back with more news. Thanks for watching and goodbye.